research, and many other people who have experienced it and have had negative side effects said it was not smart and very dangerous. Now, also why this is very problematic is this individual sells courses. Yeah, she is showing that she is an esthetician. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but an esthetician can't just give filler to anyone, let alone teaching a course on people doing the same shit to others. Now, originally she was just doing the hyaluron pen, but we've taken it a step further, and we are also doing the needles. We are literally using a needle at this point, which, oh my god, hyaluron pen and needle and someone who's not qualified to do it should not be happening, period. And top of it, to put the cherry on top of the pile of shit, we have several other things that I found out just today that are further exposing this entire situation. So I actually got an email today. Thank you so much for reaching out to me that the Texas Medical Board got onto Tatiana's ass. And I was like, oh, did they now? I'm so disappointed I didn't find this last year. So this is a Texas Medical Board press release for immediate release October 25th, 2024. And it says the Texas Medical Board disciplines 18 decisions at the October meeting, which was awesome. And then we keep scrolling down and looking at these different things that they're covering. And lo and behold, at the very end, it looks like cease and desist were filed to some people. And this is where we find Tatiana. Right here, it says Tatiana Williams, no license in Houston, Texas. On October 18th, 2028, the board and Tatiana Williams entered into agreed cease and desist order prohibiting her from acting as or holding herself out to be a licensed physician in the state of Texas. The board found that Miss Williams is an eyelash extension technician, but has been offering using a hyaluronic pen to inject an unknown substance into clients' lips and advertises that the substance is hyaluronic acid, offers house call appointments on her booking websites, and sells injectable products on her website that are supposed to be administered by a licensed professional. So, first of all, can I get a round of applause for everyone who reported her ass? Report people who do this kind of stuff. And I love how originally Tatiana and many other people were saying hyaluronic pens are fine. This is so legal. For every one of you that is getting taught by people like this, I just need you to know that, again, the Texas Medical Board practically agreed with me, it looks like, from my other videos that I made. You can't do that. So they filed her a cease and desist, and from what it says, they made a mutual agreement. Now, why am I showing this to you right now instead of at the end of the video? Well, because we're going to go through her page again, because lo and behold, she's still doing the shit. You'd think the Texas Medical Board is going after you and files a cease and desist, and you agree to it, that you would stop all shenanigan bullshit and not do it anymore. I'm just saying, if a state says, hey, knock it off, I'd go, noted, thanks guys. Yeah, let's go through her page. Instagram page. It says Houston's #1 lip filler. Licensed esthetician under medical director. One-on-one group training linked below. Online courses linked below. So-Faced Academy. Which, by the way, So-Faced is way too close to Too Faced, the makeup brand. This is plus on April 15th. It says Summer Microneedle Class. Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, and Chicago. What's included? Lip filler with microneedles. I thought Texas said, hey girl, let's not. Do you just think that, like, they're gonna not notice? They got you once because a lot of people were hitting them up saying, hey, check this out. You don't think that's gonna happen again? This says strip lips, live models. That word whooped my ass last time. I'm not gonna let it beat me again, so I'm not gonna say it. Different lip masking techniques, safety and sanitation, branding and marketing tips, proper before and after care, consent forms, medical director information, and there's more. What medical director is doing this for you is what I want to know. Who is it? Because who's willingly saying yes to help you with this shit? Cost total is $1,000, around essentially $1,200, $200 deposit. What you receive is certificate, exclusive starter kit, list of supplies needed. So you're essentially selling a supply list to buy the shit that Texas said, hey, stop doing that. It says, this is it. One last tour. You know what? This is what you're doing. You're like, actually,
what do
Texas Medical Board, I'm doing one last tour.
I think
silver platter, so that
4.
way you can get me really good. One last tour. I'm hitting the
Her mom usually had litters of 4.
Let's make this the most unforgettable tour yet.
So I'm gonna guess that she's gonna take after her mom.
It's a career-changing move.
Go watch my TikTok. Elliot shaved off all his hair today. Today was finally the day.
I already gave you guys the transcript from the morning session before they took a lunch break, but now we have the rest of the testimony that happened today, and it gets pretty wild. For those of you who did not get a chance to look at the morning transcript, now this was the rest of Dawn Richard's testimony. She started on Friday after Cassie left the stand, and now she continued to this morning. And then
Josh bought me a phone charger, a tablet charger.
She was then the prosecutors.
Oh, and Josh had his eye surgery today.
Again, and then they did a recross.
His second eye.
It was a lot going on. So if you haven't seen that, I will link that at the end
Took
of this
him
video.
to his surgery
so
this
you guys
morning.
can catch up. But let's jump right into this transcript. All right, so I got to go back up a little bit. All right, here we go. So
Wish I had a fucking light.
This comes from Matthew Russell Lee over at Inner City Press on X. He does an excellent job of keeping us updated. And I'll just say this quick note. Many of you know already, but there are no cameras in the courtroom. They're not allowed to record any audio devices and things like that. So what we're getting
Hi.
will not be every single detail what he can do in shorthand to kind of give us an update on what's going on, what's been said, what's been asked, how they're answering. But just like I've done every single day since this trial, I will be giving you guys recaps. And I did a morning recap already. Also, one more note. Guys, Usher is now he's now part of this trial. I'm not going to tell you how. You got to watch my recap from earlier. And then now, I also just did a video about J-Lo and how the prosecution wants to bring
Orly, get
J-Lo.
out of the kitchen. Go, out, get out of my kitchen. Go. Thank you.
She just gave to a friend of mine named Andy Sigler over on Popcorn Planet, the victim that was in that shooting, and she has some wild things to say about J-Lo and this trial and all of that. So again, all of those videos will be linked at the end of this one. Now let's get into it. Jury entry. The government calls Carrie Morgan. Where do you live? So Carrie Morgan is a former friend of Cassie Ventura. Dawn Richard actually gave testimony about Carrie Morgan. She was also mentioned by Cassie. And again, I'm not going to go through all of that, but just so you know who she is, laying it out. But she has a very pivotal role in this whole case.
We need to get some of that hard plastic, like embroidery stuff.
Who is this? They show her a photo. Cassie Ventura.
I start my new job tomorrow.
We were best friends. Her boyfriend assaulted me.
Dude, you have the nicest smile, dude. Yes. Your teeth are so pretty and white. And your mouth shows all your teeth when you smile. I think that's nice.
Sean Combs. Why are you here? I got a subpoena. Where did you live with Cassie? Manhattan. Did Cassie drink? Not much. Any drugs? None. What was she doing for work? Modeling. Then she reported me and you. When did you learn they were dating? 2007. Did you travel with Cassie and Mr. Combs? Yes. Ibiza, Miami. What drugs did Mr. Combs provide? Molly, the green, broccoli, ecstasy. I don't know which words they're going to flag. It's new every video, so bear with me if I have to change some things up. Which did Mr. Combs take? All.
Money.
Did you take drugs?
Are you okay?
Cassie? Opiates. How did Mr. Combs act? He would yell at Cassie. She lost her confidence, big time. Lost her spark. Did Mr. Combs talk down to Cassie? Yes, about her looks, who she talked to. Did he contact you for her? A lot. Sometimes he would call 50 times in a row. Whoa. Would others call you for him? Yes. Christina Coram, or KK. That is one of Diddy's assistants, longtime assistants, and I believe she is still one of his assistants. I don't know if she's still working for him. I don't know. But she's been part of this for a long time. Cassie testified about that. Did you witness assault? Yes. First in the Hollywood Hills. Ruben, one of his security guards, was there. What did Mr. Combs do to Cassie? What did she do? Nothing. I told Ruben to do something. He indicated that he wouldn't. Then what? We left the house. Cassie and I were hiding by someone's front steps. And next time, in Jamaica, I saw him drag her by her hair. I ran back to get my purse and phone so that we could leave. What did you see next? I thought she was knocked out. Then she got up and ran into a wooded area. What happened next? There were 2 golf carts in the driveway. I got in one and Sean got in the other. We went in different directions looking for Cassie. Did you find her? Yes. Then we hid in a ditch, whispering. Now earlier, I want to say, I think Dawn testified to they hid behind a tractor or something like that. It was either her or the prosecutors wanted to introduce that information, but that is something that happened when they had to hide from him. They just hid behind a tractor in the ditch. What about the incident at Comstock? That's an apartment. Kathy came back with a hoodie covering her face. Then Sean came and tried to get in, hitting the door with a hammer. I called D-Rock. Did he get in? No, the police came. This is when Cassie ran away from that 2016 hotel beating incident that we saw. She ran home, her friend was there, and earlier this morning his testimony shocked me that he actually had a hammer trying to get into the door. Not just knocking, a hammer. I called D-Rock. D-Rock was another person who was part of his security team. I think he was at one point the head of the security. Did he get in? No. The police came. What happened? Cassie wouldn't show them her ID. Nothing happened. They left a card. Read this message. Did you send an attachment? Yes. A photo of the card the detective left. Did Mr. Combs ever assault you? Yes. He hit me with a wood coat hanger and choked me. Where did the hanger hit you? Behind my right ear. What did he express concern about? Who Cassie was cheating on him with? Who did you speak to about it?
Damn it.
Right.
Careful, it's hot.
Sean's old assistant. What did he do? Nothing. I have not spoken with Cassie since. So then they take a break.
All the apple pieces came out.
With jury out for lunch, the arguments continue. What's your best citation to try to get this evidence in? And they list a whole bunch of stuff. The prosecutor lists a whole bunch of references. I'll look at them and we'll come back. Now, this is one of Diddy's attorneys. I haven't seen this before. You all need to get something to eat. Break.
Hey, watch out.
Come back from a brief lunch. If I let this, I think it meant to say in. There's sometimes a little typo because, like I said, it's shorthand. If I let this in, Miss Ventura could be recalled as a witness.
No, come on, get out of the kitchen.
Would call her.
Go,
The
get out.
defense could call her back to
You got it already.
I doubt that she will be available. The evidence is out. I anticipate Mr. David James will be the next witness. How is he relevant? As to the means and methods of the enterprise, Mr. Combs threatening to assault employees. Now he has a note. While waiting for the jury to come back in, here is the court art of Combs' second Georgia lawyer, Nicole Westmoreland, as she cross-examined Dawn Richard this morning, courtesy of Inner City Press. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So there she is. That's Dawn Richard this morning, one of the things. Jury enters. So the prosecutor comes back and says, no further questions for Ms. Morgan. And then the judge, Cross, you were Ms. Ventura's best friend since 2004? Actually, 2001. We met waiting for the Polaroids to develop. I was living in Buffalo. She was in Connecticut. Then you were both in NYC? I stayed downtown. She moved to Harlem. Have you ever met Kim Porter? Yes, probably at a concert. Was Cassie ever jealous? Yes. And the other way? Cassie was speaking with Michael B. Jordan, and Sean got jealous. She was trying to leave him. You were both using drugs? No, we were in South Africa. Did you learn about Gina? There's Gina. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I'm gonna say Gina Hahn. Okay, this is another woman that we've been following. That's been involved with me for years, on and off. So, did you learn about Gina?
He's with his dad.
Yes. He was having a full-on relationship with this little girl. Why do you call her that? She acts like that. She's younger than us. When you say Sean came and hammered on the door, why did the police come? They said because of the noise. What did they say to you? Cassie was visibly injured, but she didn't say anything. You two were best friends for 18 years, but now you haven't spoken with her since 2018. That's true. At the danger of being capital obvious, that's a long time. She's moved on. Objection. Why haven't you spoken with her? She did not support me after Sean assaulted me. I tried that line at assault. I don't know what that means. Oh, I think it means
I draw
set
the line
at assault. I don't cross the line of assault or whatever. You reached a settlement with Miss Ventura. The money came from Mr. Combs. So this was after I believe she was assaulted by Diddy. That that in order to hush her up, Diddy gave her some money. Or they settled it, however it is. That's a pattern that seems to be happening with him throughout the decades. So Agnifilo shows Carrie Morgan photos, then asks, do you know if Louise Hayes is a self-help author about self-affirmation? Yes. Why did you send him this with words of encouragement? I don't remember sending it. Okay. I want to show you a few more photos. But first, let's talk about the incident where he put his hands on your neck. Were you and Cassie using any drugs at the time? No. What did he say? He said, who is she cheating with? You went to an urgent care, not the hospital, right? Like she's saying just right as the answer. But you told the prosecutors it was bloody and you went to the hospital. I don't remember that. Look at this. So this is material not shown to the jury. I see that I said that. Now in this, I think it's like now in cross-examination. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. I see that I said that. Do you remember Mr. Agnew asking
Listen,
you
you
about
already
an
got
incident
it.
in LA? Objection.
Where is it?
Overruled.
You got
And
it.
he hit her, like in Jamaica.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Oh, okay.
All gone.
That's
Go.
what it is.
Get out of my kitchen.
I'm sorry.
All
Let me
gone.
go back. So they were doing, right here, Agnifilo is Diddy's attorney. That's why I wasn't understanding. So they did the cross. All right. So now this is the prosecutors again asking her questions. They get to come back up. So that's who's asking. That was like, why is Agnifilo asking a question about himself?
Dude, I went to Josh's house.
This is the
And, like, I don't have mirrors here that are, like, really, like, I mean, I have one mirror by the door, and, like, I can't see my face up close. Anyway, I went in Josh's bathroom and looked at my face up close in the mirror. I have a fucking mustache hair that was, like, that fucking long, sticking off my face. Nobody told me. Not Adam, not Brad, not my boss. Nobody told me. I'm like walking around, going to the gas station and shit. I got a fucking hair sticking off my face. It's 1 inch long from my mustache. I've got like boy going through puberty peach fuzz on the sides of my mouth here and on my chin. Sucks. Becoming an old lady in today's hormone disrupted world is lame. waiting for water to boil. Hello, hello. Sausage and pasta. Dude, cut it out. You already ate it. For fucking fuck's sake. Let's see if I have any red sauce. I don't think I did. Why not have some red sauce? There should be some. Yeah. Please stop trying to nibble on my feet. Yep. I can't do any of those dang electrolysis things or anything like that because the electrolysis stuff does not work on blonde hair. It only works on darker hairs because it's like light or whatever. I don't know. It needs the dark hair in order to transmit the signal to the root. And blonde hair, the signal just goes everywhere instead of going directly to the root. So I can't use the electrolysis. And I got no time for like shaving with the little thing, my whole face. I got the patience for that shit. I just like keep a razor in my glove compartment, and like that's usually when I realize that I need to do it, is that when I'm about to walk into a store or have an appointment with someone, and I'll like be like, oh shit. And I had taken care of my chin hairs, but there's this. I can't believe it got that long, like that fast. I'm usually pretty on top of those things.
Mr. Agnifilo, Diddy's lawyer,
had to be like 2 weeks worth of growth. 3 weeks.
Objection overruled. Jamaica, arguing about jealousy. What happened in Jamaica?
Who is that?
He dragged Cassie by her hair, a 50-yard hallway. Was he talking about
the groundskeeper job is awesome. I fucking love it so much. I'm working there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I spent all Wednesday, all Thursday, and all Friday literally weed eating for 6 hours straight all day long, all 3 days, and it was fucking awesome. I love it. It's awesome. It's so satisfying. It like hits all the places that satisfy me, and I can just put on my headphones and just listen to YouTube videos, which is what I want to do anyways, listening to podcasts and books and, you know, shit like that. So I get to do what I want all day, and it's basically like I'm getting out all that. So I haven't really been doing too many hobbying because I'm getting all of that like satisfying energy that I get from hobbying at my job. I'm getting paid for it, so it's pretty fucking awesome. But yeah, I didn't bother live streaming. I get pretty good, I get okay reception out there. But the reason that I haven't bothered live streaming or even recording any content is because like, we're on for tomorrow morning. Did we say 9 a.m.? Yes, that was my job tomorrow anyway. Well, so the weed eater, I wear a harness that like the weed eater clips right here onto my hip. So really all of the weight of the weed eater is kind of just there. I really am just the thing that's like tiring or like whatever is really my thumb and my pointer finger from holding the trigger all day long. That's the like the part that I feel like I'm gaining the most muscle or whatever, because that shit is tough. But it doesn't matter, because even if the weight is mostly supported, I'm literally doing it for 6 hours straight, no stopping. I'm just go, 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 go. Refilling gas, refilling the string, go, go, go. My boss has to come out and tell me, okay, Heather, lunchtime, you need to take a little break. And then he kicks me out, you know, at the end of the day. I don't even know what time it is. I wouldn't know it's lunchtime. I wouldn't know it's fucking time to stop. I just keep going. But I dream about weed eating. It's awesome. I really love it. I love it. And it's so satisfying because the place where I'm weed eating is like way overgrown and in desperate need of like chopping down. So in some places it's like 3 feet tall. And after I chop it all down to the ground, then I turn the weed eater and I chip it up so that I'm actually like ripping up getting the roots and stuff and exposing the dirt. And then it's just leaving behind like mulch stuff. So it's just like putting nutrients back into the ground. It looks night and day different. It's so nice to have such a, like, I really like those, like, first of all, I like the satisfaction of the chopping down of the tall weeds. It's very satisfying. You know that part in Land Before Time where they hatch Spike and he like eats all the grass around his egg? Or whatever, that's what it feels like. It's like that moment. And that's like, I just feel that like that all day. I don't know how else to explain it. Because that's what comes to my mind is that Spike. And anyway, so it's like rewarding and satisfying in a like ASMR, I don't know how else to explain it, kind of way. And then on top of that, after I'm done and I stop and I look around, I'm like, holy shit, this is so much, like, look at this. It's, you know, like, a huge difference, you know? A visible change. And I freaking love it. The job that I do tomorrow is a house cleaning job. And then starting not next week, but probably either the week after or the week after that, I'm going back to the other house to finish painting and doing the floors and stuff. But my Brad had back surgery. He had like a cage put on his spine. So he's been out of work. You know, he can't do shit. He's been laid up in bed healing from surgery. Dude, what are you doing? Get from under the... Thank you. You already got it. There's no more on the floor. All gone. But anyway, so he's been having surgery and healing from surgery. So there's been no working over there. And I could go over there and do stuff. But like, I'm honestly anxious to just go there and then just like take in, like, just to do things. Like, I'm nervous to do so without supervision because I am not a professional house remodeler. You know, I don't want to accidentally fuck shit up or, like, get into a situation where, like, I need assistance and I don't have any. And I also don't want to get hurt and have no one there, you know, in the case of me being hurt. So I just didn't think it was a good idea. I figured it's just better to just do the groundskeeper job. And then, like, the jobs that I'm booking are all from Brad. Brad has just been telling everybody about me. He's just like, she's the hardest worker. You just tell her what to do and she'll do it exactly how you want it. And you just have to make sure she takes a break because she will not stop working. She doesn't smoke. She doesn't drink. She doesn't do drugs. And she's got work ethic and she does a really good job. She cares about, like, the stuff she's working on. And it just means so much to me that he has... You know, this is his opinion of me based on his personal experience with me. Because I will say one thing about me that I am 100% sure of is that I am a very hard worker. Because I like it. I like the way it feels. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it. I don't do things I don't like. At least I don't do them well. But yeah, I get totally caught in a time warp, and like the 6 hours just goes by so fast. And then I start to get anxious that it's getting like I don't want to stop. He tries to tell me, he's like, all right, we need to move on to something else. I'm like, aww. Ow, fucking lights stuck in my hair. Ow. Okay, let's use the last of it. Here, you want to lick the plate? cast in sausage. Chicken. Ow, fucking Christ almighty. Whapped myself. You gonna go potty? Go potty so you can get your fish. Boy, he fucking loves those. I got some dehydrated fish. They're literal whole fish. They're tiny little whole fish. And I got a bag for money, but she doesn't like it, so I gave it to the dog. Hey, Adam! Come and get dinner! Pasta and sausage.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy. All right, are you gonna go potty? Huh? You gonna go potty? Are you gonna go potty? There's no food in my hands, okay? Do you wanna go potty? Go potty? And then get a treat? Go potty. Come on, go potty. Come on, go potty. No, you just wanna go inside and get a treat? Okay, come on. He's been going potty all by himself the last couple of days. I just open the door and let him go, and he goes potty, and I've been able to use those fish as a manipulative tactic to get him to come right back home. Go inside. To get him to come right back home after he goes potty. So I just keep an eye and watch him go over to his little potty place, and as soon as I see that he's done and he's starting to fuck around, I immediately say, "Do you want some fish?" They're sprats. They're whole fish. They're bigger than that usually. They're like whole fish. Eyeballs and everything. And easy. Good boy. He loves them. The cat doesn't give two shits about it. Dog fucking loves it. Oh my gosh, I love having a job that I don't hate. It's the best. Creating a life I don't want to escape. You know, I've been having some thoughts about manifestation. And you know, a while ago I had this thought and I was like, in order to like actually successfully manifest, you kind of have to have sociopathic behavior tendencies. You have to kind of not give a shit about anything else other than like what it is that you want and your sole focus. Dude, I'm starting to think that manifestation is kind of a form of black magic that we really shouldn't dabble in. I think that we need to be more like aspire for things, have goals and set goals for yourself and work towards those goals. But the idea of actually bending reality for your own personal selfish wants is really starting to like not sit right with me. And it's starting to feel like alchemy in a not good way. And I'm starting to think that maybe just for me personally, I don't know, whatever, but I'm starting to think that my purpose isn't so much to manifest anything that I want, because I could if I really wanted to. If I wanted to be sociopathic and I wanted to give zero fucks about who gets hurt, you know, I just focus on like achieving the opportunity, finding an opportunity and exploiting it, and you know, utilizing the whatever. I think that my purpose is to literally lean into the cringe and just accept life for what life puts in my face. I don't think that I'm supposed to necessarily be trying to manipulate reality to suit my own personal wants. I've been thinking about it a lot. And I think that I don't think I'm going to be shifting into like Christianity or anything like that. It's not where I mean. But I do think I'm coming to the realization that manifestation is really more of the devil's handiwork, because when you're manifesting something, even if you're doing so with the intent to do no harm, there's still going to be collateral damage. I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. I don't want to have to activate sociopathic behavior tendencies in myself. I like being who I am. This version of myself who is transparent, completely, totally honest, not manipulative. You know, like, I like this version, this incarnation, much better than I like any other version of myself. And the past versions of myself could manifest anything I wanted at a moment's notice. Christ, I manifested $100,000 in 3 days. I manifested the bus in 3 days. But I wasn't who I am right now. I was more willing to be a little sociopathic when that happened. And the experience of being on that property by myself and having no one but myself to keep me alive and keep my son alive and keep the dog, everybody going. Like, being in that situation, it really I was already pretty humble, but it humbled me a lot even more and made me realize that, like, all these things, like, in order to actually bend reality and make my reality exactly what I envision, there comes a time in that path where you have to make a decision that is for your best interest or the best interest of everyone else. And if you are blinded by the manifestation, you're going to do whatever is in your best interest come hell or high water. And not even thinking about the collateral damage. But that's not how I that's not me no more. I don't want nothing to do with that kind of shit. Why did I get chocolate milk? Oh. I gave him the regular milk. God damn it. I went to the store yesterday and I got Adam chocolate milk and I got myself a gallon of regular milk. And apparently I accidentally took the chocolate milk and gave him the regular milk. I'm sure that he's drank that milk so fast already, there's no way it's still there. So I'm just going to drink the chocolate milk. Bummer, dude. I was going to give you some milk too, buddy, but I can't give you the chocolate milk. Awesome. What a happy accident. All right, well, anyway, I was just coming on here to have some company while I made dinner. I'm gonna skedaddle. Hello, hello. Hi, Easy Life. Hi, Gio. Let's see. All right, anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you in the private server, Kristen. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.